Alright, let's do this thing. So today was a very long work day for me today. One thing that I've been noticing a lot lately is that my client has been asking me for a lot more work than usual. And that does put a slight damper on my sort of plans that I have for my day, my whole schedule, so to speak. But that is quite alright, because again, I need the money, and obviously the more money that I get, the sooner I'll be able to move out and be on my own and be independent and all of those other things that I aspire to be. And that's alright. But obviously it does impact my vlogs, because again, as I said yesterday, if I spend a lot of my time in my office, well, all I'm going to be doing is recording me working, and that's about it. But I do have some good news. Tomorrow, I will be taking my day off, as per usual. Basically every Saturday, I take my day off from my work for my client. I want to be doing something a little bit even more different than what I usually am doing. So, because for one, we're starting to get into some warmer weather, as well as the fact that my cousin is in the middle of exams at the moment, so he's not going to be available to hang out tomorrow, but I do have some plans for tomorrow to mix things up. There will be a different vlog, and that is actually something that I really wanted to be talking about, and not necessarily the variety, but actually a change in environment. Because one thing that's abundantly clear is that I spend a lot of my time in this office, and the reason why I do that is because I've instilled a variety of positive emotions and habits and associations in this room, and this has really changed me a lot. I can't quite explain it exactly, mainly because the transformation that I've gone through so far in this room hasn't been a whole lot. The only kind of example that I can use is the fact that I've been doing some daily exercising. That's obviously a good thing, but it's not a big of a leap compared to some of the other transformations that I've gone through over the years. As I've said before, in the past, I used to be very lazy. I used to be saying a lot of things and not really taking a whole lot of action and all of that. And that all stemmed from a variety of things. But I can imagine that one contributor of that was the fact that was the sort of negative connotations that I have in this room. Again, this is my childhood room from my parents, and when I was living out in Halifax in my apartment, I felt like moving back in was more of a step back than anything else, and there was a lot of negative associations that I've had with this place, and with my room and Fredericton, the town that I live in. So from that, there's a lot of negative connotations, and that does obviously impact my mood and how I'm working and what it is that I'm focusing on and everything else. And it's in those kinds of situations where it's really important for you to take the time to make some changes, like I have been doing gradually, to the point now where it's like, hey, even though I'm doing a lot of work, I am making a lot of progress, and I'm not like really strung up on the fact that a lot of these videos have been very much the same. Again, like, I knew that was supposed to be, I knew this was going to happen, but I'm still going through it because I believe that what's more important is the stuff that I'm talking about as opposed to the stuff that I'm doing at this point in time. Still, like I said, I want to be doing some variety things, which is also important. So that way you don't see me just constantly working the entire time. There are periods where I do actually relax and enjoy myself. And that's really important. So having those shifts in environment are all really important aspects to our life, to growing our lives. To have several places that can instill a variety of positive things for us, whether that is in an office where you're working and you're making a lot of progress and you have all of these really good habits that you're trying to develop in this one area, and also having a sort of a leisure place where you're still doing a little bit of work and you're still growing yourself, but you're doing so in a more calming way. It's more relaxing, it's more peaceful. And having those kinds of environments, and instilling those various associations as well is all really important aspects to growing yourself. So make sure that you have those kinds of areas that you can associate with that can provide those kinds of things. And if you're struggling to find those, there's only a few things that you can really do. For one, find that place that you feel that you can instill those kinds of positive associations and start working on having those positive associations. Again, with my room, I started working out more. I started talking about like a lot of positive things. I started to affirm myself and start doing those types of things in my life. And that has made an impact in how I view my room that I work in, and of course the work itself.